What's going on, everybody? We are back. It is your favorite podcast, the number one podcast that is streamed live from the Chad's Media Studios. It is the most wonderful time of the week because we're back. If you've been hanging out with us all year, thank you so much. You have no idea how much we love and appreciate that. If this is your first time with us, I'm Tyler Lennon. That is Ryan Humphreys, making sure the ship still runs and controlling everything. That's producer Corey, and we are down and out. What's going on, gang?
It's Christmas time. It's bowl season, which isn't quite as jolly as it used to be.
No, it's not.
I'm wearing the ugly sweater, little Darth Vader
Love
action. But it's nice. We had our little Chad's Media Christmas party last night. That was fun.
It was fun.
Good to get the gang together.
With the gangy.
But,
also, while we're on that real
good.
quick, I know no one cares, but I got to applaud this man and his wife.
Dude,
are the world's
we're
greatest
undefeated, baby.
white elephant tag team.
I've
of
left
all
with
time.
liquor every single year, and we get exactly what we want from the white elephant.
Well, but here's
You
we'll
strategically
steal.
work-
I was gonna
wait
say.
till it gets to one person
Right.
left. Then we both know whoever's got the last pick, you're stealing what the other person wants.
right. Yeah,
Yep.
and it's a fair play.
Yeah,
Some might say, well,
a
that's
man's
dirty.
game.
But
Yeah.
listen, if ands and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry
We would.
Christmas.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we can't have that.
And it's a man's game, you know? Like, you just got to deal with it. It's a man's game.
White
That's
elephant,
white elephant.
is a man's
Yeah.
game.
Yep, straight up.
yeah.
Well, before we get into things, we obviously mentioned it is Christmas. Have y'all been in the Christmas mood or whatever? I don't know.
Yeah,
The spirit.
The spirit.
the weather doesn't help. It's been really warm.
has been.
But you know, if playing a lot of golf and watching sports and hanging out is jolly, then I'm doing a great job.
Have you been on a Christmas movie kick?
I've already got my elf fix in.
Oh, my bad, gang. Trying to read comments over here.
I
Already
don't know.
watched
I wouldn't say a Christmas movie kick. You know, Jill, my fiance, she's all about the Hallmark Christmas movies. The problem with those is I can watch the first 5 minutes
Yep,
of the
and
movie,
know exactly
And
what's
like,
happening.
yeah.
I know that they're going to break up and she's going to get with that guy in the end. You know, and it won't be because of money.
And only half of those are movies that Lacey Chabert was in.
Right, and
She's
so
in
it's
legit
like
half of
it's
it.
like if you've seen one, you've seen them all.
Yeah.
But I think that's just part of Christmas.
You mentioned Elf, so I have been slacking very hard the last few years, but each year I used to see how many times I could watch Elf from December 1st, or it may have been Thanksgiving, I don't remember, but until Christmas. Do you want to guess the most I ever did in a year?
Oh.
Or in that month span?
So, from Thanksgiving to Christmas?
We'll say, I think it was December 1, but we'll say Thanksgiving.
I think
So-
anything over like 12 would be ridiculous.
Okay.
Dude, I'm thinking like, I feel like you could at least do, I'm going to say 23.
The most I remember was 25.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Wow.
That's like,
I was going to
What's a
go
day?
one a day. I was going to go one a day, but I was like, there's no
I will
way.
say Elf is
It's so good.
it's one of those movies that every time you watch it, there's a part that makes you laugh more than it did the last
Yeah.
time.
Did you see that they had a hockey scene that they cut out of the movie?
I have never seen that.
Let me see if I can find it.
I have never seen that.
Be
Do you remember
be
when?
careful playing it. We're gonna get the lights turned off.
Do you remember there was a real thing that used to happen on like Facebook and Twitter? People would debate. I don't remember who they would bring up, but it was like Will Ferrell was like could only play Elf, but like he could do like Denzel Washington's part in this movie, or like Jake Gyllenhaal's, or like Heath Ledger's role in this, but
I
they
will-
couldn't do that.
Yeah.
It's like,
And as
we're
a-
doing a lot.
That's fair.
We're doing
As
a lot.
a humongous,
You are the Will Ferrell guy,
I'm
yeah.
like the Will Ferrell guy, and I will say a lot of his characters are the same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Buddy the Elf is Ron Burgundy, and that is
And then
Step
like
Brothers.
when he was on
and-
The Office, like
it's
the
all
same.
Will
very similar.
Buddy the Elf and the other guys kind of the same guy.
That's
oh,
what
dude.
I'm saying.
Kinda
It's
the
all
same.
it's
just
Elf grown up
it's
and he
the-
got
It's
an
like
actual
Danny
job.
McBride's the exact same
It's
person in
the-
every movie.
Yeah.
It's the WFCU,
Exactly.
the Will Ferrell Cinematic Universe. And it's different. It's different timelines of Will Ferrell.
Dude, speaking of Danny McBride, I think all I want for Christmas this year is one final Tiger Shadow Claw hint. We miss you, buddy. Where you been?
He's asking us the same question.
We do, yeah. I mean, we've
Fair.
been pretty spotty.
No one's
but
asking where we're at more than Luke Tebbets.
Right.
Yeah.
Tebbs, if
Tev's
you're
better
not,
be watching tonight,
Two
buddy.
Levitt's is
Buddy.
He texts me once. So what is it this time?
what is Corey doing?
Okay, I want to ask a Christmas movie question.
Okay.
And I know everyone's dying to hear about sports, but it is Christmas time, so we're going to talk about it.
By God.
Tyler and Corey. Big debate I've heard.
He said, "I'm here, baby."
Good job,
Oh,
Tevs.
hey, yeah, there we go.
Okay, big debate I've heard. Is
Die Hard.
Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Can't say I've never seen it.
903-243-9567
You've never
is
seen
Die
Die
Hard
Hard?
a
Never
Christmas
seen.
movie.
Okay.
Never seen Die Hard.
So here's my thing.
I recommend watching it first and foremost, but then you can weigh in on this topic. But Tyler, you seem like a good person to ask. You're a big movie guy.
My gut instinct is to say no, but there are so many horror movies that if they're even remotely related to Christmas, I'm like, that's a Christmas horror movie. I've got to watch it every year on Christmas. So I feel like I'd be pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Hypocritical if I said it weren't. I don't watch it at Christmas, and I think like when I think of Christmas movies, I think like stuff my mom wants to watch. My mom's not watching Die Hard.
So I
at
have
Christmas.
I have two lines of thinking. If you watched a movie that was set in 1942, that wouldn't necessarily mean that it's a World War II movie. World War II would be happening.
That's a good
then,
point.
But it doesn't necessarily mean it's a World War II movie. However,
If it was, I'd watch it.
Christmas is a specific day that celebrates an entire deal. So I feel like anything happening on Christmas
Yeah.
is a Christmas movie.
I'll piggyback on that. Think about how many like fall Hallmark movies are set on Halloween, but like that's not a horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's either way. Die Hard is good.
What's your opinion though? You got to pick.
I'd
Yes
say
or no?
Christmas movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say
I'll
Christmas
also
movie.
say Christmas movie.
I know there's people that like live and die by that.
I'll tell you
I
another-
They
wouldn't
Live
tell
and
you-
Die by Die Hard.
I'll tell you
Ain't a
another-
Christmas movie?
Well, but yeah.
I'll give you a hot take Christmas movie, and I saw it for the first time the other day. And I know there's a bunch of avid fans out there, but I want to say that Home Alone is incredibly overrated.
Oh,
Wow.
It's horrifically average.
I love Home Alone. I watch Home Alone at least once a year.
I haven't seen it in so long that I don't even feel like I can.
Unbelievably average.
Now, I don't watch any of the sequels, but the original one.
It's. I mean, I was underwhelmed the entire time.
Really?
Oh my gosh! From
didn't-
start to finish, I was underwhelmed.
You didn't love the terrifying subplot of the neighbor who might be a murderer?
I mean, that's the thing though. It's like you knew he wasn't. He was gonna end up helping the kid.
Did you see the post recently where they went and looked at the grocery list that he goes and buys
Oh,
during
yes.
the movie?
Inflation?
Yeah,
Yes.
and
how much
in
it
the
cost
movie,
then? And
Yes.
in the movie,
That's
he
pretty
gets
funny.
a bunch of stuff. It's like $31. That
Yeah,
same
it'd
deal
be
now is like
$1,000.
$150
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
ridiculous.
wild.
Here's a Home Alone fun fact. Macaulay Culkin, his legal name is Macaulay Culkin.
What?
Do what?
His middle name is Macaulay Culkin. His first name is Macaulay. His last name is Culkin. So his name is Macaulay Culkin. Look it up.
In the comments, Bryson said, I love that you just gave all those reasons that Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie and then said, it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, it's a Christmas movie. No, you told me if I had to vote, that'd be my vote. But I'm just saying.
I do want to say in the comments or the text, you see the number on the screen. What's y'all's favorite Christmas movie? I'm genuinely curious. Do we want to go ahead and dive into that?
I do. I want to point out a staple in the Humphreys household because Tori Humphreys would never allow us not to watch this movie. But that's Christmas Vacation.
I knew it.
And
I knew it was
I
going
was
to
gonna
be
get
it.
that.
absolute classic.
I could see
I
Papa
knew
T
it.
loving
I mean,
that movie.
classic.
So I
Cousin
know
Eddie.
people who were like, that's their Christmas. They watch that
man,
movie.
that one's funny.
Something's full,
Yeah, yeah.
So I've got like 5 that I have to watch every Christmas. It's Elf, Christmas with the Cranks. I love Christmas with the Cranks.
Okay.
Better Watch Out, which is a recent horror Christmas movie. It's amazing. Gremlins, horror Christmas movie. And then,
Okay.
what am I leaving out? Maybe just those 4. Oh, The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. Not really a Christmas movie, but it's set in Antarctica. It's in the winter. Christmas vibes for sure.
Okay.
I've got 3, and that is The Grinch.
Okay.
But the
yeah.
original,
Oh,
the
yeah.
original
Oh,
one.
the original.
That's
yeah.
my bad.
Jim
I watch,
Carrey, very good.
I watch the original one every year on Christmas morning with my mom. Yeah.
Well, no, when
Love
I
that
say
movie.
the original one, I'm talking
The
like
animated one.
the Jim Carrey one is my out of the like live
You're
action
talking
ones.
about like the.
Yeah, my mom used to have it recorded on the
Ooh.
DVR, and you couldn't delete it because like you were watching that every year.
Okay.
And it's 30 minutes. It feels good.
Okay.
Whatever.
All right.
So that's one. 2 would be Elf. Obviously, 3 would be the Polar Express.
Okay.
Just watched
Okay.
that with the kids
Good.
the
Yeah,
other day.
especially having kids, I could see
I
that.
like
Yeah.
I like the Rudolph, like just the clay looking animated.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I like,
half
Abominable Snowman.
halfway creepy.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
just like
The original, The Grinch, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. One, do you want to guess what year that was?
I want to say it was in the 90s. No.
You're talking about like the.
The original animated How the
Oh.
Grinch Stole Christmas.
I bet it's old.
It's got to be like
Like I'll go. I don't want to say something stupid.
I'm gonna say
but
1940.
No, this is at
I was
1940.
gonna say. I was gonna say 56.
67.
Okay.
It's a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 94% audience score.
Really?
Okay.
It's one of the
All
goats.
right. All
Oh,
right.
and We watch it every single year,
All right.
like religiously.
Tab said the Santa Claus. My bad.
Aren't they coming out with a new one?
They've only made like
I don't know
17 of those. So
I don't know that Luke is or Tebs is agreeing with me, but I'm going to assume that Thank You Ryan is Home Alone being overrated.
Oh,
I don't know. That would have been pretty far after you.
I don't know.
Said that,
I
but
don't
maybe.
know. I don't know.
Oh,
It is,
Kat
though.
said Krampus. I don't love Krampus, but I do love Christmas horror movies, so I
Really?
get that.
You have a favorite Christmas song?
Yes.
Okay.
Give me. So the one that I think gets overlooked a little bit, and it's gotten really popular the last couple years, but especially like the kind of music I love, the era I love, Wham's Last Christmas, I think is maybe.
Tyler, buddy. What do you think? Look at my most recent song played.
Hell yeah. That makes me happy.
Wham!
Obviously,
Last Christmas.
the go-to answer would be like, "All I Want for Christmas Is You," Mariah Carey.
yeah.
The one that you put, banger.
We'll just have a little background music.
What did you pick earlier?
Just a little
Rocking
background
Around the
music.
Christmas Tree or Jingle Bell Rock? One of the two.
I don't know. I didn't say one earlier.
No, for the post. You put one of it behind.
Oh,
on the
it was
reel.
Jingle Bell Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jingle Bell Rock.
Mine is it's the opening song off of Merry Christmas, Little Mama. Jingle Bells All the Way.
Merry Christmas, Little Mama was an amazing project.
That was so good.
I listen to it every year.
Every like December 1st, it's popping back up in my Spotify.
Also, for OG, I would have to go Nat King Cole's The Christmas Song.
Yeah.
And then
Stranger at the Table, One Last
Stranger
Cry.
at the Table is a
like,
banger.
or
Snowed
one,
In?
One More Cry.
Snowed In? The other one I wanted to throw out there, though, was the entire Jackson 5 Christmas album is fire.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, do you want to move on to sports?
I think it's time to talk some football.
I will say the
good.
comments are bopping off more
Yeah,
than ever.
I know,
The
I know.
entire
Look at
NSYNC Christmas
We've
album.
had 12 minutes of Christmas talk,
Me and
guys.
Corey were singing the NSYNC Christmas song
Oh, yeah, we
earlier.
were.
Merry Christmas, Happy
Here's what we're
Holidays.
gonna do at the end of this episode. You'll be thinking until then, but we're gonna all say one Christmas tradition growing up, now, whenever. One Christmas tradition that we had or have, and we're gonna have a little story time. How about
Nice.
that? That'll be the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Love it. So
We'll
we
go
do have
fireplace
a
going
lot of
and-
sports to talk about tonight, so let's go ahead and dive in. If it's cool with y'all, I want to start
Ooh, I'm about to
with
dive in. Sorry.
problematic.
Sorry.
I want to start with the thing that unites all of us, the Dallas Cowboys. One, after all that time of me getting just flamed to death for not giving them enough credit, the second I say something remotely negative, I get flamed for that. So I don't know what I can and can't say about the Dallas Cowboys, but unfortunately it looks like the Dak MVP. I don't want to say
Taking a big hit.
I don't want to say it's over, but it's
not over. It's just I think that I hit the nail right on the head with I said if we do these four things, Dak's going to be the front runner. Nailed that. And then you said the most important part is going to be that next 4 games. And I said that's where we're going to find out if he's going to do it or not. And I think unfortunately it's probably not going to happen. It should be Christian McCaffrey, might I add. But it'll probably be Brock Purdy, unfortunately, which I hate.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't take away the fact that Dak is having a fantastic year.
I think especially in an era where we very well may have seen our last running back MVP. This would have been a great last chance to do that.
Especially with
with
the way
Christian McCaffrey.
with the way the position's going is like,
Would have been a great last chance.
If there's ever been a year that hurt their case more than ever, it's this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at fantasy football. Look at the names. Take Christian McCaffrey off and look at the names that are in the top 10.
Kyron Williams.
Kyron Williams, Raheem Mostert. I mean, all these
Rashee Rice.
just random.
Like,
that's a receiver.
oh, he's a
but-
receiver. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact Brock Purdy is minus 200 is disgusting.
Yeah, I know.
That sucks. I actually like Lamar Jackson at like a plus 500 as much as anything else. But, yeah, that's
Yeah,
disgusting.
it's
Also would have
rough.
liked to see Tyreek Hill have a better chance at it.
See, I think
but
missing those a couple games, or not the couple games, just the one game that hurt him. The thing is, with it's all about the eye test. It's all about kind of what have you done for me recently? What have you done for me lately?
The NFL MVP is very what have you done for me recently? I agree.
Yeah. And
I
that's
agree.
what's hurting Tyreek, and that's what's hurting Dak.
Yeah, I agree.
I do have to say, after watching both Dak, not that loss was his fault by any means. The entire team was awful. But after watching how
Stomach bug.
poor that performance was, felt pretty sweet to turn around the next night and
Yeah.
watch Jalen Hurts and the Eagles be even worse.
Oh,
that was
man.
that was great.
Man.
Man, it's got to be two completely different feelings for Cowboys fan base and Philadelphia fan base. Cowboys fan base, we just had a tear of a run. we're going on the road in a hostile environment, playing against a team that has everything to lose. And so it was going to be a tough one to pull out. I did think we would go in there and win, but I'm not surprised that we didn't.
Yeah, Bills have always been incredible in the month of December, and they still are.
Other than
still like undefeated, I believe.
Other than the 49ers, I would argue that there is not a team in the NFL that wants to play the Bills right now.
Yeah.
If the Bills, I actually said this on Twitter when I did my power rankings for the week. If the Bills find their way into the playoffs, and I think they will, don't be surprised if the Bills dance their way to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because the Kansas City Chiefs are
Someone has to win the AFC.
Oh, dude.
Someone has to win.
The Chiefs are terrible.
The AFC is still good. It's not as elite as we thought it was.
Yeah.
The three best teams in the NFC are much better than anything that's happening in the AFC.
Which is a wild statement because going into the season, you would have thought
we're thinking, man, the NFC is terrible. The AFC is so
we
good.
spent weeks talking about how bad the NFC was on this podcast.
I'm telling you, I've watched every snap of the Kansas City Chiefs this year because of fantasy football, and they are unbelievably beatable.
Very
Patrick
beatable.
Mahomes is great, but he is so understaffed right now. It's unreal.
100%.
Because Travis Kelce is not the same person. The Baltimore Ravens,
he's got bad karma.
Good team, can definitely make it to the Super Bowl. They don't scare me.
They just have way too many injuries too.
Well, and they're still very much like what we're starting to do with the Bills. Until I see them actually win in the playoffs, they do this every year. They're a very good regular season team.
Yeah, and then after that,
man,
if the Bills get it. Yeah, I'm not worried about the Dolphins.
I want to be worried about.
They don't have the defense to do anything like that.
Well, especially
in January.
They lost their best edge rusher to an Achilles.
Yes, they did. It's the Bills for me if they get in. I'll be honest.
How much does the landscape of the AFC hurt you right now as a Bengals fan?
It sucks.
Knowing that Joe Burrow,
they might still make the playoffs.
You know what I mean? Like they could have been just phenomenal if everybody stays healthy.
Well, with Joe Burrow, I would say that the Bengals could absolutely make a run to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it with Browning, but it is fun that they're winning.
Yeah.
They're not getting to the Super Bowl. They're not getting it. I'd take Mahomes with us three versus the Bengals with Browning.
Dude, speaking of, Kadarius Toney seems to be on a personal mission to hurt
Dude.
every chance he gets to screw the Chiefs, he does it.
Hard to watch.
It is.
In my church fantasy league, somebody traded me straight up Dak for Mahomes. And right now it looks like I got fleeced.
Yeah, you did.
You know?
You did.
And you're just like, man.
You did. But, yeah, man, if you're the Eagles, that's 3 losses in a row. Jalen Hurts hadn't thrown a touchdown in a month. You can't be feeling great at the moment.
No, and there's some dissension in the locker room, with them having to do the fumble drills and all the BS that they're having to deal with.
I do appreciate the Seahawks kind of avenging the Cowboys and giving them still a shot at that division title. It's going to cut. So if the Eagles win their last 3, and I anticipate them doing such because they have 2 games against the Giants. One game against the Cardinals.
Yep.
Now,
hey, Tommy Cutlets.
I will say, playing a team 2 out of 3 weeks is tough in the NFL.
That's a weird way to schedule it.
Yeah, you see it every once in a while, but that is weird. So if the Giants won one of those, that'd be massive. But let's assume they go 3-0. Cowboys have the Dolphins, the Lions, and the Commanders. Okay,
Yep.
Tough 3, tough 2.
It is.
Yeah, they're going to win the Commanders game. But here's the deal: if they win all 3, Eagles win all 3, it skips like 5 different tiebreakers, head-to-head, division, conference, all that. And it's going to go to strength of wins. And so it takes the wins, it takes your wins, and it compares their records all in one.
Oh, interesting.
And so the Eagles have a big lead on the Cowboys at the moment. But if you beat the Dolphins and you beat the Lions, who are both they're both 10-win teams, all of a sudden it gets really, really close. So teams like, and my dad, we laid it out. So here, I'll pull this up just so for Cowboys fans out here, this is what you need to be rooting for the next 3 weeks.
I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, we've got Corey all converted. Okay. Teams winning that would help the Dallas Cowboys is the Seahawks, the Chargers, the Panthers, the Jets, and the Lions. Okay. Those are 5 wins that we have that Philly does not.
Gotcha.
And then teams that lose that would help the Dallas Cowboys: Bills, Chiefs, Cardinals, Vikings, Bucks. Those are 5 wins that Philly has that we do not.
Okay.
So first 5 teams you're rooting for, next 5 teams you're rooting against.
Gotcha.
So if all that goes well, Cowboys win all 3, Eagles win all 3. Cowboys will be the 2 seed.
Getting
in the
real
NFC.
complicated over here.
Very complicated. But fun to think about.
Well, yeah, and there's a lot of parity in the NFC right now.
And
of
it's
like who's
I'll just tell y'all, it is humongous to get that 2 seed, because if you get the 5 seed, okay,
road dogs.
you're gonna go on the road against the AFC
winner
or
of-
the NFC South champ. Who cares? You're gonna win that.
Yep.
But then you're gonna go on the road to Philly or Dallas, and then you're probably gonna go on the road to San Francisco.
Yeah.
If you get the 2 seed, okay. If you get the 2 seed, no, excuse me, I had that backwards. If you win your wild card game, you'll go to San Fran, and then you'll probably go to Philly or vice versa with Dallas.
Yeah, wherever.
If you're the 2 seed, you're going to play the 7 seed, okay? And then you're probably going to get the Lions at home.
Okay.
And then
Okay, yeah.
the Niners or the Eagles.
That's very doable.
Yeah, and the line, if that's the situation that plays out, you're like, oh, we just played the Lions.
I know I'm saying a lot of ifs, ands, and buts,
But
but
yeah,
if you're
yeah,
following
yeah.
me, it's important to win the division.
It is. And I will say, obviously, you're not going to win the NFC. That is going to be the 49ers.
Right.
But I do think there is something to be said. Kind of the same thing that happened with the Rangers. By not getting a bye, I think you need to go get a playoff win under your belt and just really get rolling. I think that would be huge
a
for the Cowboys.
playoff win at home
Yes.
would. I mean, you
I
talk
think that
about,
would be huge.
Yeah,
And I mean, you're incredible
we
at home.
won't,
So you're gonna
we won't be home though if we get the 5th seed.
right.
We'd go on the road to the
That's fair.
NFC South.
yeah, and beat the fire out of
Who yeah, I mean the
Be
Cowboys.
Tampa Bay or New Orleans.
Yeah.
So if it's Tampa on the road, how many points are the Cowboys a favorite by?
Oh,
At
10?
least I was going to
10
say 9.5 or
yeah.
10 probably.
yeah, because New Orleans and Tampa Bay play next week, and
Yes.
that would be the one
Gotcha.
that decides.
New Orleans and LA Rams tonight is
Tonight,
a big one.
yeah. Hopefully,
That's 'cause
hopefully
the
you're watching
Rams
us
are-
and not that. But
Yeah, the Rams are in play. Well, it's Amazon Prime, so they're probably not.
Yeah, you can get it here.
you know how I feel about prom.
I got
Hopefully, you're watching us on YouTube with that in the background or something. Before we move on from the Cowboys, I do want to ask you, obviously, maybe their biggest strength or what separates this Cowboys team, gives them a legitimate chance that we really haven't seen from the Cowboys in the past, is or has been the defense. But in the last 3 weeks, granted, these are against good teams, but in the last 3 weeks, you allowed 35 at home against Seattle, and then obviously you allowed 31 to the Bills. Are we the least bit? What's our level of concern
I've
with
got the
defense?
game pulled up. That way they can watch the game and us.
You just want to get us booted off the air, don't you?
Oh, man. Sorry. Go ahead.
Level of concern for the Cowboys defense.
You know, I saw a clip today, and it was comparing Micah snaps from the defensive line and him at linebacker. And as much as I love Micah pass rushing the quarterback and getting after him, it is noticeable that teams are just running away from him.
Yeah,
if
when
he's on
he's
the
in
right
linebacker.
side, we're going to the left. If he's on the left, we're going to the right.
Yeah.
And they've got 2 bodies on him every single snap. At linebacker, hard to run away from him.
Yeah.
No one. You're not able to get that initial touch on him. He's got the first
stupid
step.
fast.
Very fast, very athletic. So I don't know. With the way that James Cook looked, I mean, he looked like Barry Sanders last week. With the way that looked, and we're about to play against Achane and Mostert and Gibbs and Montgomery, a lot of really good running backs. I wouldn't mind Micah playing some more snaps at linebacker because we're thin there. We're thin.
So that's something that before they even fully made that transition and just said they were going to, that's something I complained about a lot. Obviously, he's an incredible pass rusher, but his biggest strength is his versatility.
Right.
And your linebacker core could use some help.
It's thin.
Yeah.
It's thin. We've got safeties
say the
playing
least.
linebacker.
Yeah.
I mean, Marquise Bell having an awesome year.
Yeah.
He's a fun player to watch, but he's a little thin in the britches to be an NFL's linebacker. Is that funny?
It just cracked me at the.
I mean, he is.
The
He's a
phrase,
little-
man.
He played safety.
A little
he
thin
played,
in the
he played,
britches.
played safety at Florida A&M.
Dang.
So
Yeah.
playing NFL linebacker, he's a little.
It's
he's
a big
little
difference.
Thin.
It has been weird to see the treatment Parsons gets from Cowboys fan, though, because I don't know, like if you watched along on Twitter while you're watching the game, if he doesn't get 2 sacks in a game, they immediately are like, well, Parsons is invisible. Like, he's literally putting pressure on every single play.
And
you do not have to get a sack to be making this huge impact in the game.
And he never gets a hold called
True.
called
Dude,
against
he-
him. Dude, it's
He's literally
really
disrupting
doesn't,
almost
man.
every play.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
let me-
They really will not throw a flag on anybody that has anything to do with Parsons. I'll say what Parsons, I mean, his impact reminds me of Aaron Donald. It might not show up in the stat sheet, but if it's all of a sudden it's 9 on 11,
Yeah.
I mean, if he's taking 2 guys every single snap, that's an impact.
So Micah Parsons hasn't drawn a holding penalty in 30 quarters.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yeah, that's
Well,
a
that's
real
impossible.
stat.
In how long?
That's impossible.
30 quarters.
There's legitimately holding on every single play.
Yeah.
Oh my, 30 quarters in a row.
That is wild.
That's the most that's the most absurd stat I've ever heard.
I don't know how different things have changed. I'm looking at this was from November 17th, so it's been an entire month. But at that point, Parsons had the second best pressure rate in the league.
I mean, he is like you're saying with the Aaron Donald.
And he was leading the league in a pass rush win rate.
He is that guy, like you're saying with Aaron Donald. You have to know exactly where he is on every snap. Like it's insane.
Am I reading this correctly that Micah is minus 130 defense player of the year odds right now?
I believe that.
I haven't even thought about that. Yeah,
it's Micah 1, Myles Garrett 2, and then T.J. Watt 3, pretty far behind, and then Deron Bland 4.
I was going to say Bland's got to be up there. He almost has to be all pro at this point, right?
Oh, he's way all pro. Yeah.
The bad part about him is if he's not getting like a couple pick sixes, he's getting cooked.
He's had some rough outings.
Up and down.
But even during those rough outings, he finds a way to make up for it.
It's like I always say, man. If you can hit a couple home runs, we don't care that you strike out.
I'm looking at plus 125, by the way. What did you say?
I don't know the date on mine, so that's probably more accurate.
Anywhere from minus 110 to plus 125 is what this is saying.
Okay.
Well, I would say for like a cornerback, it's kind of like a shot blocker in the NBA. Like you're going to get dunked on.
Yeah.
It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but you're going to get dunked on.
Marshawn Lynch, I know I'm going to get got.
I'm going to get got.
Yeah, I'm going to get got.
Yeah. Shout out to Deron Bland. He's been huge, especially filling that role that you lost with Trayvon Diggs. I mean, it's been huge.
Imagine you had both of them.
So right now, actually, let's do this. Why don't we pick the games this week, NFL, and then I want us to all give our December 21st Super Bowl pick.
Ooh. Okay. I like that. Starting, who wants to start?
Well, no, let's pick the games first this week.
Yeah, I was saying.
Yeah, gotcha.
I'll read them.
You'll read them? Okay.
So we have 2 games for Saturday, which I love when we have Saturday games. That makes me
there's
so happy.
Lots of different games, different days this week.
Yep. Starting on Saturday at 3:30 p.m., the Bengals are a 3-point favorite at the Steelers.
I'll take the Bengals.
I will say the Steelers, Mike Tomlin specifically, has been incredible for his career when they're a home underdog. But I would take the Bengals in that one as well.
Are they starting Mason Rudolph in that one? I think they are. They benched Trubisky.
Yeah, I know they benched Trubisky.
Yeah,
Pickett's still out, isn't he?
I'll go Cincy.
I think I would take as well.
Give me the Browning, man.
Also, because he got brought up, and I know Bryson's going to call me out in the comments before I get the chance. I, at one time in my life, very early in his career, but I had made a long list of every quarterback I would take over Dak Prescott, and unfortunately, a young Mitch Trubisky was on that list. So that's my bad.
Aged like milk.
As was Carson Wentz.
It's okay. Terrell Turman used to scream and yell and bang the table that Carson Wentz was a much better quarterback than Dak.
Oh.
And that turned out well. Also, Terrell.
That's disgusting.
No Terrell call tonight.
Yeah.
Hard.
Maybe we call him.
Hard when the Eagles have lost 3 in a row.
Maybe we call him.
Maybe we do call him.
Hey.
Up next, we've got also on Saturday. This is Saturday night. We've got the Bills as a 12.5-point favorite at the Chargers.
It's not enough.
I'll be taking the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, me too.
Someone pointed out to me the other day, Rusty Posey, maybe, I don't remember who, I think it was, but he had pointed out to me, Kellen Moore has now gotten 2 different head coaches fired. He got Jason Garrett fired.
Sucks.
That's true. Yeah,
he sucks.
He got Jason. Okay,
who was
in all
it?
fairness, Staley is an awful
coach.
coach.
Yeah,
he sucks
terrible.
too.
But he was there for 2 different head coaches firing.
We were talking. Maybe it was Chatty. We were talking about like the difference between Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore is that
it was me.
Yes,
Yeah.
Kellen Moore's trying to call a game to where he's trying to get promoted.
Yeah.
You know,
Mike McCarthy, he's
very
top dog.
True. You were the one that said that.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
Yeah,
that's
a
a
great point.
huge point.
Yeah. Dude, how cool would it be if the Los Angeles Chargers hired Bill Belichick?
I've heard Bill Belichick and Dan Quinn, but I do not know.
I
don't think Dan Quinn's leaving.
I'll be honest. I think Dan
hiring?
Quinn's probably here for good because he turned. He was the top hire
Here's-
last year. So it's like,
here's my thing: the way it's set up, nobody's giving Mike McCarthy an ounce of credit for the defense. Everybody knows it's Dan Quinn.
not the
Okay, that's fair.
defense.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like-
I cut you off. Yeah,
Everybody knows
right.
it's Dan Quinn that's doing
Look
this.
there.
You know what I mean?
And you know he's getting paid well.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, he's
And
probably
it's like,
getting a head coach paycheck.
and
Close.
he's been there, done that. I don't really
I'll tell
care
you
to be the
another
head
thing.
coach anymore.
There's so many media stuff. politics.
Junk.
There's just other things that you have to deal with as a head coach, and maybe you don't
Right.
want to.
That's
Maybe you don't
very
want
true.
to.
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of why I look at Dan Quinn. He's like, I like it here. I feel good about where I'm at.
And also, if something goes wrong
It's
with
not
McCarthy,
Right.
Dan Quinn is the guy.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah,
they were
he's the head
literally
coach.
reporting 2 weeks ago that if the Cowboys don't make a deep playoff run, that
It's-
McCarthy would be fired and Dan Quinn would probably get the job.
The only thing I don't like
Of
about
all times to report that, now is when we're.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Now's
like
when we're
that.
doing that?
But
And the thing I don't like about them thinking about elevating Dan Quinn to head coach is that if you do not have a amazing offensive coordinator, it's going to be rough.
Yeah, now
Because
now
the-
you not only have to replace your defensive coordinator, you still have to find an offensive coordinator
Yep.
now.
And Kyle Shanahan was when Dan Quinn had Kyle Shanahan, it was scary because he
Yeah.
could just let Kyle Shanahan. It was two head coaches.
Yeah.
You know, Kyle Shanahan's head coach over the offense, Dan Quinn's head coach over the defense, and everybody just gets along.
No offense, but the fact they didn't win a Super Bowl is
Oh,
wild.
it's especially getting a 25-point boost.
How funny would it be, though, you talk about the Chargers, if the Chargers hire Dan Quinn as their head coach and have Kellen Moore as their offensive coordinator?
God, it'd be terrible.
That'd be funny.
It'd be like an Iowa.
It's almost
game.
like we've seen that somewhere before. A Dan Quinn, Kellen Moore combo. Up next on Saturday, Corey's former team, the Falcons.
no.
2.5-point favorites versus the Colts.
I'll take the Falcons.
I wouldn't. Give me the
Colts.
Colts. I will say Taylor Heineke's going to be starting. Desmond Ritter's just not the guy,
Never
And-
was.
How
and,
many
yeah,
times have you said that on here?
Yeah, never was.
he's not the guy, and it's time to just cut ties and move on. If you're a Falcons fan,
The Colts, by the way, currently a playoff team.
yeah.
And
Not for long.
Minshew Mania, baby. I told y'all, Minshew Mania.
that's part of why
Not
I'm
for
going with the
long.
Colts here. You win this game, you're 9-6 now.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
9-6. The Texans have C.J. Stroud dang near on a stretcher at this point.
Yep.
The Jaguars, who knows? You and then who else is in that division? Colts, Texans, Jaguars, and
Someone awful. Not the Titans, is it?
it is the Titans.
It's the Titans. I was going to see how long it took for Corey to get there.
My
Took
bad.
me a little bit.
The next one, we've got a 7-7 Seahawks team. They're a 3-point favorite at the Titans. Speaking of.
Oh, Will Levis. We don't know if his ankle's better.
He's out.
Easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take Seattle.
By the way,
Geno's full go too.
I have never been as mad at anyone in my entire life than I was at Pete Carroll the other night. I know no one wants to hear about fantasy. That's not your fantasy, but I'm in the playoffs. It comes down to I picked up Drew Lock just in case, but Geno Smith or Drew Lock, and they did not announce.
Yeah.
I've never seen it in my life. Pete Carroll, that's such a Pete Carroll thing. You're going to lose this game regardless, which they won. But
Speaking
just tell us who your quarterback
and
is.
we'll
Okay.
get back to the games in a second. But speaking of fantasy, Corey had quite the beat last week in the first round of the Down and Out League.
Tell everyone what happened.
Yeah, it was a Jackson Smith and Jingba touchdown at the buzzer. Jalen Hurts throws an interception, and Ryan beats Corey by 2 points to go to the semis.
Big Mo Rockin just messaged. It's kind of creepy.
Let's go.
He said you may have a delivery. Dude, what's wild is he messaged you may have a delivery, and then on my the alarm system on my phone
No way.
for my house, it said my back door was open. I was like, what the? Oh. But he said you may have a delivery, and then I think he just messaged the Down and Out account. Delivery
somebody
to
said
Chad's
answer the door.
Media.
Somebody said answer the door.
Oh, no way. Oh, we'll just throw that down. Okay.
I'm sorry, that probably didn't feel good.
Is this
What if it's him?
We're going to find out. Is this our reveal? Ladies and gentlemen, this is huge. This is our reveal.
But yeah, so semifinals, me and Papa T, and then whoever wins that one is gonna meet Dylan Jester, Jeremy Delors, and winner of those four gets to be on the show. So
I'm too
Be fun.
excited right now to know
Right.
what's going on.
right,
We have
I
been
don't know
spending
what this is.
pretty much this entire first year of Down and Out with the Tiger Shadow Claw game. For anyone that doesn't know, we have Tiger Shadow Claw. He's been Masked Singer style, giving us clues as to who he is. We have made zero progress. We have no idea. And now we have a delivery from Tiger Shadow Claw.
Whoa!
Let's go!
Whoa!
That rules.
freaked out. There's somebody standing in the doorway.
Is it a pizza guy?
Yes.
Let's go! We've got pizza thanks to
a
Tiger
little-
Shadow Claw. We love you, buddy. Thank you so much, man. It's the best Christmas ever.
Oh, I'm gonna get a piece of that.
Best Christmas ever. Shout out Tiger Shadow Claw. Is there a hint? Let's check. Is there like a hint on the box?
I'm taking this pizza with me though.
There you go. Do you want to take it with you over there? Here, I'll help you.
I got it.
Okay.
It's very hot, so.
Which one is this?
I think that might be like Supreme. Or something.
Okay.
This is Meat Lovers.
Dope. Corey, what do you got over there? Tiger Shadow Claw, dude. You're the man.
Like a Supreme, I think.
You are the man. Shout out to you. Merry Christmas,
This
Tiger
guy just
Shadow
keeps
Claw. We
getting
love you,
cooler.
dude. Very.
I wish we could send him something.
He is the cool. I mean, literally, all of his references are like.
He's the coolest dude I've
He's
never
the coolest.
met.
He's the coolest person we've never met.
This is
for
wild, dude.
That was
You've
pretty.
met.
That was pretty.
Apparently.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
We don't know
Allegedly.
that, but
Shout out Tiger Shadow Claw.
that was pretty cool.
That was very
that
cool.
was pretty cool.
I'm still in a piece of this.
Yeah, it's really hot though. Be careful. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That rules.
That's pretty cool.
Okay. Do we get what? Do you have a further update?
I'm trying to message him.
Until then, do we want to get back to the games real quick? Just
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we
yeah.
Keep
Get back
the
to
show
games.
rolling. Thank you so much, Tiger Shadow Claw.
Yeah,
you were the
appreciate
man.
it, man. That was awesome.
Yes. The next game, we have the Vikings are a 3-point underdog at home against the Lions. The Lions would win that, I would think.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll take the Lions. Unfortunately, the Pastronaut is no longer. He's the astronaut.
He's been grounded. Yeah.
Literally and figuratively. But yeah, give me the Lions.
In one of the worst games of all time, the Jets and the Commanders.
I will take the Jets.
When a movable object meets an unstoppable force.
Dude, shout out to Aaron Rodgers, knowing damn well he was not going to play a game this year, hijacking the entire season.
It's the most Aaron Rodgers thing ever.
It is the most Aaron Rodgers thing, and especially because he's like this big. There are multiple times where he's like, people are controlling this narrative. You're the one controlling the narrative. You're the one going on Pat McAfee every week,
Absolutely.
giving these updates. I know I'm the guy that Aaron Rodgers is my favorite quarterback. I'm over it.
Yeah, in a matchup of the 32nd ranked defense versus the 32nd ranked offense.
I saw a tweet and it said, "This is a battle of a movable object and
That's what I
a
just
stoppable
said, yeah.
force."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad. Give me the Jets just because it'll help the Cowboys.
I do genuinely think
It
he
will.
also hijacked the Jets' entire season because
Oh,
you
yeah.
knew he was not going to play this year. You could have went and got Jacoby Brissett or
Somebody.
Joe Flacco, and they didn't.
Anybody.
Ooh, talk about Joe Flacco.
He's the starting
That
quarterback in
man-
my fantasy team right
That
now.
man
Really?
is getting the Browns some love.
He is. Also, I love to see that they were awful with Deshaun Watson, but they can win games with Joe Flacco.
Man,
Yes.
that's tough.
That makes me
Love
happy.
that he
Hey,
sucked.
Joe Flacco, 2003 FCS national champion, head coach Casey Keeler,
Okay.
also my head coach,
No way.
and my OC was Joe Flacco's backup
So
at
he
Delaware.
was at Delaware?
Wow.
Nice.
Yep,
That rules.
yep.
Interesting.
Shout out Coach Cardi.
And a game that's
Cardi.
going to suck just as bad. The Panthers host the Packers.
Ugh. Is
Packers are
Jordan
5
Love
point.
bad? Is he just terrible? Or is there
Don't-
hope?
He's
don't
been
it-
playing pretty good the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
Don't answer that. We've got a game I'm going to play later.
Okay.
Okay.
So
All right.
let's.
I will take the Packers though.
Yeah, easily.
Hey Corey.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be a doucher here,
Yeah.
but can we move the mic when we're macking down the pizza?
In a game that sounds like it would be awful in any other universe, but actually will be fun. Browns at Texans.
No C.J. Stroud. I can't go Houston there, and it sounds like he's not going to play, or might be already out. But no Tank Dell. I hate it for Houston,
I do
and
too.
for some reason, I found myself rooting
Yeah.
for the Texans this year.
Absolutely.
Disgusting. I hate
It
Houston.
feels wrong.
But yeah, I'll take the Browns in this one for sure.
Yeah, I will as well.
Yeah, Browns too.
Jags
for 3.
Bucks. Jags at Bucks. Bucks are a 3-point favorite at home.
I just don't know what
It-
version of
you
the
have no
Jaguars
idea.
are going to show up.
You have no idea which version of the Jaguars. There's so many times where I'm like, dude.
Trevor Lawrence is out this weekend.
Oh, he is? Okay. Bucks.
Oh,
Give me the Bucks.
Bucks.
Oh, maybe the worst game of all time. The Cardinals at the Bears.
Give me the Bears. They've been playing decent
They are a 4-point
here
favorite.
lately.
I want to say. We're talking about Aaron Rodgers hijacking the Jets, Tiger Shadow Claw's pizzas,
yeah.
hijacking this show. I want to get y'all's thoughts on Justin Fields. Leave it.
Yep, leave
Okay,
it.
leave it. All right.
I like how much we're on the same page right now. though.
Yeah, Justin Fields is a quarterback for the Chicago Bears.
As
That's
soon
all
as
I know.
we finish these picks, we'll get into the game
Okay.
because it's NFL related.
All right, cool.
Cowboys, Dolphins. Dolphins a 1-point favorite
Big
at
game.
home.
Big game. Big game.
Y'all
Very big
obviously
game.
know what I'm going to say, so I might as well not even say it. But I just have the unfortunate feeling. We know how I feel about the Dolphins. We know I'm negative. I think the Dolphins are going to go off for like 40 points. And
No.
It definitely feels like the Dolphins need to win this game, but it's both teams need to win this game for different reasons. Dolphins need to prove that they're actually legit. Cowboys need to bounce back. It's just who's gonna show up.
Though the Cowboys have not been the best on the road this year, there's no secret behind that. They have been one of the best bounce back teams in the league.
True.
And Dak is historically a great bounce back quarterback.
he is.
And so I think the Cowboys get this one done. I think last week was a bad week. We got thumped. It wasn't even that we played bad. We did play bad, but it was more the Bills just punched us in the face.
They showed up.
We just got punched in the face.
James Cook legacy game, man.
It was. And can we acknowledge
Literally.
how much better they've gotten since promoting Joe Brady to OC?
Yep.
Obviously, I'm a huge Joe Brady guy. He was the OC of the 2019 LSU Tigers. But that they've been great since making that change.
I think the Cowboys are fine. I think everybody needs to relax. We're good.
But just calm down.
We're good.
Just a couple games left. This is the Sunday night football game. Oh,
Ooh,
God.
that's a stinker.
Sunday night football is Patriots.
Everybody
at-
will be sleeping by 7:15.
on
Yeah.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Gotta get in bed, man.
Yeah, but they've got 3 on Christmas Day.
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
So
I'll go
it's
the
not
Broncos.
It's not a true like.
I'll go the
Sunday night
Broncos.
football. Yeah, give me the Broncos.
Agreed. At noon on Monday. How cool is that?
It's gonna be fun.
Love
At
it.
noon on Monday, we've got Chiefs versus Raiders. Don't forget, the first time they played each other, the Raiders were up 14 points in the first half.
The Raiders.
Give me the Chiefs.
Give me the Raiders. I think they're gonna pull it out and win.
If you were talking about betting, I have to take Raiders plus 10. Until I see the Chiefs
I
do
think-
something, I assume they're going to barely squeak
Okay.
by.
I think the Raiders are gonna win this game.
Do you really?
Yes,
Okay.
I very much think so.
Okay. I like
And
that.
I will shade. No, I'm playing.
At 3:30.
Your hair's looking nice, by the way.
Thank you.
Looking
Thank
good.
It looks better
It's
than it's
fuller.
ever looked.
I didn't even fix it this
fuller.
morning today.
I like
It's
it.
just kinda,
It's fuller.
It looks better than it's ever looked.
I mean, it's powerful. I almost want to shave
Powerful.
it again.
At 3:30, we have Giants at Eagles. This is our biggest spread of the weekend. Eagles are a 13.5-point favorite.
I'll take the Eagles in this one. In 2 weeks, though, I think it could be interesting. I think the Giants could play Grinch in that one.
Think so.
Maybe.
Dude,
maybe.
I agree there because I think Tommy DeVito might be able to pull something.
Hard. I'm telling you, it's hard to beat a team twice in 3 weeks.
You know
It's
what?
hard.
That's fair.
Hard to do.
Did y'all see where? So Giants Patriots, was that last week or the week before? That was recently. I'm not making that up, right? Giants Patriots, and it was like
that was like 2 weeks ago.
okay, cool. Was it true? I saw this on Twitter or TikTok. I don't remember, but Jabril Peppers supposedly told
He was
Saquon Barkley,
he was
"You're
like,
lucky.
You're lucky we're ass."
You're lucky. that we're ass." And it's like, yeah, that's true. That's fair.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And then by far the funnest game of the weekend, in my opinion. Well, Cowboys Dolphins is probably 1A. This would be 1B, but Ravens 49ers. Potential Super Bowl preview.
Absolutely. It'd be a Super Bowl rematch.
Yeah, what?
Joe Flacco won that Super Bowl. But Baltimore at the Niners, this is the nail in the coffin for either McCaffrey or Purdy.
Yep.
I think the Niners probably win this one. And again, just proves that I'm not sure the AFC is who we thought they were.
That's fair. We got no more pizza for the
Corey's
rest
good.
of the episode.
Corey's good.
Yeah, I don't know if
Okay.
Oh, don't tell me that. I'm finishing that one.
Okay.
I
Well, yeah,
love-
finish your piece. But
I love how he got us each a pizza.
Oh, I know.
Like,
I know.
true.
That
Dude,
was-
we love you, dude. Thank you so much. So here's a game that I wanted to play with y'all real quick while we're on the NFL. This was an article that was written by The Ringer. And by the way, if you don't read The Ringer, do it. It's to me the best sports blog or journalism that we have right now. But they had written an article saying obviously there's a handful, maybe-ish, quarterbacks in the NFL that like they are the face of that franchise. They will be with that team forever. And then there are a good number that like by far are not ever going to be that. And then there's somewhere in the middle. Will that guy be there for more than another year or two? I'm going to throw some names at y'all, and you tell me, will they still be with this team? Some of them for sure will be next season, but how much longer after than that? We're going to start with the Detroit Lions and Jared Goff. This is his contract year. I think they could bring him back for fair. I think there's maybe a player option or a team option, or like it wouldn't be that expensive, but how much longer would they have him after that would be the question probably. But
I think I think Stafford for Goff was a great trade for both sides.
I 1,000% agree.
I think the Rams needed a quarterback to win the Super Bowl, and they got it. I think the Lions needed a guy that was I'm not going to say an up and comer, but they needed a guy that could fling the ball around and could do it at a decently high level, and I think that's Jared Goff. And so, yeah, I think Jared Goff's probably the quarterback there for another 5-6 years.
I would think so. He's next year is his final year. Only $5 million. That's great.
How old is he?
He is 30, so he will be 31 when that contract's up.
34, 35. He's still good enough to be the Lions quarterback.
My only potential issue with it is we have seen him lead a team to the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
We've seen that, and the Lions are getting better and better and better by the week, by the year. This is a team that could be really good for 5 or 10 years. Is he the quarterback to do it? I hope so. I like to think so. If I were a Lions fan, probably. And again, it goes back to like who would you replace him with?
But yeah, and so what I was going to say is let's say this Lions, this up and coming Dan Campbell led Lions, let's say it's got 5 years shelf life. Okay, well, if you think you can find a better quarterback than Jared Goff in 5 years, like realistically, don't say, oh, we'll get Patrick Mahomes. Realistically, in that 5 years, you would obviously do it. I don't think you will. You're not going to draft high enough to get a guy like that.
Yeah.
You can't spend a late first rounder on a quarterback that can overtake Jared Goff, and so I think you stick with Jared Goff.
The only the only caveat to that is where Hendon Hooker is as a NFL quarterback, because nobody really knows. He just got added back to the active roster, and nobody really knows except for them kind of where his development is, I would say.
Yeah, nice. I'm pretty positive that I'm pretty positive Jared Goff's going to be at the helm for at least a couple more years.
At the end of this episode, when we're almost done, I want to ask let's rank popular chain pizza places.
Okay. All right.
Love Domino's, love the crust, but it will get all over your hands.
Oh, it's there.
Number 2, and this one is much trickier because of the contract, and if I'd have asked you this 2-3 weeks ago, you'd have had a very definitive answer, and now you probably have less of a definitive one. That is Russell Wilson.
Ooh.
I was reading the breakdown of it, and it's like he very clearly will have to be there next year, but pretty much after that, it wouldn't be out of the question to get out of that contract. It would cost him a good bit of money, but it wouldn't be unfathomable.
Then he's out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out.
I think so.
Just based off optics alone, I mean, it's rough out there in Denver.
He is playing pretty good this year. Like if you're watching, and he's pretty efficient. They won some games. They got hot there for a while, but he's to the age where it's like
he's 35.
Well, he's to the age where it's like, okay, you need to be taking us to a Super Bowl, or we need to figure out what else we need to do.
I kind of hate how the back part of his career's gone, because it is going to very heavily affect his legacy.
Yeah.
When he, at one time, was a beloved quarterback, was going to be looked back on very, very, very
Is
fondly.
Russell Wilson a Hall of Famer?
I would have said so, but it's going to be a hard case to make almost.
Yeah.
He's only got one ring, right?
Yes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The other one was the interception at the goal line.
Yeah. If he had won 2?
If you win 2, it almost becomes impossible not to get in. If you'll just look at the history of guys that do have multiple rings, becomes very, very likely that you will get in. 1 is not enough. He also doesn't have an NFL MVP.
True.
Doesn't have an MVP vote in his career,
wow.
which is a fun fact. That's hard to believe because there was a time. I know we joke about Russell Wilson. I'm hard on Russell Wilson. This Broncos Russell Wilson has not been a guy that I like. But there was a time.
That's why we're hard on Russell Wilson.
There
because
was a time where it was like, you can pick one quarterback in the league, and, it can't be Tom Brady or it can't be Peyton Manning. Who you're picking? A lot of people would have said Russell Wilson.
And they very much built the blueprint on how to get to the Super Bowl, how to win Super Bowls. You got to take advantage of being on the rookie quarterback, especially one that was drafted later.
Yep.
To your point, he's not going to be a Hall of Famer now, probably.
And before he went to
crazy.
That sucks.
Before he went to Denver, it was like, hey, we're just a quarterback away, and this is going to be the guy. And this, they very much thought it's Super Bowl or bust, and it's been bust.
No, it was Super Bowl or bust though. Like they gave up so much that if they didn't win a Super Bowl, it was a bad trade.
Yeah, you don't make that trade if you're not winning the Super Bowl.
Bad trade.
It's just dangerous.
I'll put him in the Hall of Fame if for nothing else. He's married to Sierra.
Okay.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Eli won 2 Super Bowls, right?
Hall of Famer.
If he doesn't win the other one, is he the same as Russ?
No, he's not a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
That's
he's
what
not
I'm saying.
Although I bet he has.
He's not near as good as Russ.
Statistics.
Oh,
don't you reckon?
Not perceptionally, he doesn't.
Well, he really
maybe on paper.
He's the opposite of Russ. He was kind of meh in the start, and then he kind of came on. towards the end of his career.
His 2 Super Bowls, 2 times beating the Patriots. I'm telling you, that is enough to be in the Hall of Fame.
So, if not next year, he does have a buyout after the 2025 season, at which point he will be 37, turning 38. I would think he for sure gets bought out at that point.
Your dad said Jim Plunkett.
Would be a 2-time Super Bowl ring.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there can't be many.
Yeah.
Okay, so these do start to get a little bit more interesting.
Okay.
There's 4 more.
Surely younger guys, I bet.
Yes, so
Okay.
the next one is Kyler Murray, who I think would almost have to be next year. But again, I think it's kind of a Russ situation. My thing is, I don't know what I would do if I were Arizona in any aspect. Like, where are we going? What are we trying to accomplish?
It doesn't feel like they're trying to accomplish
They
anything.
can't get the number 1 pick this year. Are they out of that?
Let me look real quick. Let's see. No, I would think, yeah. So they have 3 wins. The
Carolina's
Panthers
2.
have 2.
I don't know. If you got the number
The
1
Patriots
pick,
also have 3.
yeah, I don't know the tiebreakers and all that. If you had the number 1 pick, things would become interesting. I don't know. It's close.
Yeah.
Because here's the deal. Kyler Murray is good. Kyler Murray is the epitome of something you guys hear me talk about a lot. Good quarterback, fun regular season, great fantasy player, going to win a lot of ball games. He will never win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And not just because it's the Arizona Cardinals. He wouldn't win a Super Bowl for the Cowboys, the Eagles, and not maybe the Niners. I guess they can win with anybody. But my point is, good quarterback, he'll never be a great quarterback. And so I don't know how the Cardinals handle that.
I will say that's an interesting question.
Kind of
what teams could win a Super Bowl right now? If the 49ers would, I think, win the Super Bowl with Kyler Murray probably.
Well, Kyler Murray's better than Brock Purdy.
Right.
So, yeah.
I think that's
But the
That's
Chiefs
it,
wouldn't.
though? That's it. No,
Chiefs
the Chiefs
wouldn't.
would not.
Bills wouldn't.
Bills
Cowboys
wouldn't.
wouldn't.
Dolphins wouldn't. Cowboys wouldn't.
I'd take Dak right now over Kyler
Chiefs wouldn't
Murray.
be a playoff team.
Eagles
No,
wouldn't.
Patrick Mahomes.
No, Eagles wouldn't.
Yeah.
No. So that's my
The
point.
Ravens?
But
No. They're not going to win with Lamar Jackson. So
no, they're not. But there's also a lot of quarterbacks, there's a lot of quarterbacks that I would take Kyler Murray over them.
Oh, Bryson said the Browns. The Browns would be not to win a Super Bowl, but
With him there,
they're already probably a
can't
playoff
say- you
team.
can't
They're
say they wouldn't be
probably
better.
going to win that
No,
division.
they'd be a lot
They
better.
would be
You
better.
can't say that he's not better than Joe
Well,
Flacco.
I mean,
That's a good
they'll
point.
sign him, and then there'll be a scandal about him, and he'll be out of the league. That's what happens to the Browns quarterbacks.
No, there was already very much a scandal when they did what they
that
did.
one came preseason with the scandal.
That
Who
would be
else we
like
got?
getting an R. Kelly feature today. They
Yeah.
knew what they were doing.
They got into it.
Who else we got?
By the way, he can't be bought out until 2027. You would have to trade him.
Kyler Murray?
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
That is wild. The next one,
Somebody would trade for him, though.
This one's interesting.
Maybe.
This man might be a division winner in a couple of weeks. It's Baker Mayfield.
He's staying in Tampa Bay. I believe that with my whole heart. I believe it.
Okay, well, I'll be the first to tell you that he will not be there in what's his contract.
So
It's probably in like a 2-year, maybe.
I'm having a hard time reading this. There's no base salary, and it's in. Or is this a team option, a player option? I can't tell what that is.
It's in Braille.
Love this website, by the way.
I do too. Yeah, I can't tell. To me, that looks like not guaranteed or anything.
Oh
Here.
no, it says unrestricted free agent in 2024.
Okay, cool.
So
at that
next
point,
year he's a free agent.
At that point, you're having to ask yourself, are we signing him
He's
to
gone. Because here's the deal: you can be in this crappy division for 5 years, 6 years. You can do this limbo thing where we won the division. That's cool. You'll never go further than that. You're going to get thumped by whoever the number one wild card is every single year, or we can cut ties with Baker, try to find a new quarterback, and see if we can do this thing right in 6 or 7 years.
I think the only argument I would make, I don't know where they draft. Obviously, it's going to be kind of in the back.
Winning
half.
the division is going to
It's going to be
kill
Yeah,
you.
they're
middle
gonna-
to the back of the road. I would think if you could re-sign Baker for a couple-year contract, and let's say you draft a Jaden Daniels or someone like that, you maybe then have a quarterback competition, or you're letting your rookie grow. But outside of that, I don't
Corey,
see.
Corey, let me ask you this. If you had to pick right now for the Buccaneers next year, Baker Mayfield, or we get Bo Nix, who would you pick?
Dang, that's tough now.
I think you take Bo Nix.
Yeah, because it's a double-sided sword. It's like, okay, do we believe that Baker's actually going to be that guy that's going to take us to the next level, or is he just going to keep us good enough that we just kind of stay middle of the pack?
For what it's worth, Baker Mayfield's not going to cost you anything. It's
No,
not like
no,
he's
no,
getting
no,
any
no.
It's
big
not
deal.
taking you to note. If you have like real aspirations and goals, that's not it.
No, but he
Which,
could
let's
just,
be
he
real,
could just
there's-
be a bridge guy for you.
There's 5-6 teams in the NFL that are really thinking they're going to win a Super Bowl every year.
Of course. But I'm saying if he's just a bridge guy, well, the whole goal is to figure out where the bridge is leading to.
True.
We can't just stay
Dude,
on this
when-
bridge for forever.
He can't be a bridge.
And I'm taking Bo Nix
You would-
over Baker Mayfield.
You would have to go all the way back to I don't want to lie.
Can't
I
be a
wanna-
bridge guy if you're not getting us to the other side.
Yeah, I
You would have to
you're
go
just a stepping
back
stone.
to 2015. Oh, no. Yeah, 2015, the last time the Bucs made this kind of call. They drafted Jameis Winston in 2015. Since then, it's been, obviously Tom Brady's not a bridge guy, but it's been nothing but bridge guys since then. They haven't, you know what I mean? They haven't made that kind of decision.
Tom Brady's normally not a bridge guy, but in the back half of his career on a 3-year stint.
To that point,
you
do you
know.
think they try to do the same thing with like a Kirk Cousins? Or, I mean, he's an
They
upgrade
might,
from
you know.
Baker, isn't he?
Yeah, and I think it's just tough because there's a handful of franchises that are in that position more times than not of like, let's just sign a guy that's going to get us through this year and then we'll move, you know what I mean? So
That's my call. I say re-sign him for another year or two while drafting a Bo Nix or a Jaden Daniels and see how it goes from there.
yeah.
I agree.
Where do you think Jaden Daniels is going to go in the draft?
Some people are saying to the Saints. Saints would be cool. And
Yeah.
the Saints notoriously don't draft LSU guys, so that would be fun. I would like to see.
How high do you think he's going to like?
I think he'll be, which is wild. It's almost not to the same level, but it's almost the same as the Joe Burrow thing. Going into his senior year, he was a projected 7th-round pick. Jaden Daniels was probably a 6th, 7th-round pick. And,
Yeah.
I mean, he might be a
Well,
first.
a lot of
pick
people
now.
had him as,
true.
he needed to be a receiver.
Right.
There's a lot of talks with that.
Really?
But
I did not know that.
yeah, I
Dude.
mean, he's very, like, his mold, measurements, stats, way he plays, it's very Lamar Jackson-like.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, if you can use Lamar Jackson as a blueprint, then
Like a Terrell Pryor.
yeah, I would not be worried to draft Jaden Daniels if you needed
I
a
would
quarterback.
Obviously, I'm biased, but I would draft.
You think the
Jaden
Falcons
Daniels.
would like to have Jaden Daniels right now? Oh, yeah. Obviously.
That would be dope.
They're going
Obviously.
to have Justin Fields next year.
Speaking of,
Yeah, I was
great
gonna say,
segue.
Surely that's got to be the next one.
The next one is Justin Fields.
Yeah.
He'll be an Atlanta Falcon.
No, 2 months ago, I would have said that Justin Fields is absolutely going to be a Falcon or anyone else. But now I've seen that, dude, he can do it. He can do it. He's got DJ Moore. They're going to have the number 1 pick with the Carolina Panthers. They own that. You get Marvin Harrison Jr. All of a sudden, I think you've got a guy that can be successful at that level.
Yeah. I mean, you know how I feel about Justin Fields. I, for whatever reason, still have a ton of stock in this guy.
Yeah.
Before this season, he was the number 1 bet on player to win the MVP.
That might have been a little premature.
It was.
But
I like Justin Fields.
I do think that he's probably the quarterback for Chicago for at least the foreseeable future.
I think with all the tools, I mean, no one is set up to win at that place right now. And I think he very much has the best tools of anyone that you could possibly go after.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
Unless
Still
you
be
want
a
to draft
Falcon.
like Caleb Williams or something, Drake May.
They may draft every quarterback and just
Did you see? So
Hope
me and
that it
Corey, did
works.
you see the tweet? They, I think it was a tweet or a TikTok. I don't remember.
like a
They were like,
mock draft for
screw
them.
it. Keep Justin Fields, draft Caleb Williams and Drake May. We're gonna find our quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that if you draft one of those guys, it really lessens the value of Justin Fields
Yeah.
from
It
a
does.
trade standpoint.
It
Because
does.
it's like, okay, you want 2 first-rounders for Justin Fields? Well, you just used a first-rounder on Caleb Williams, so what are you going to do? You going to keep Justin Fields too? So that's a problem.
And the way the contracts are structured now with like if you take this guy at this point, you've got to give him this much money.
Yep.
So
Bryson said Bo Nix is older than Baker Mayfield.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Actually, I know he was kidding, but I actually had to check because I do know that
It's pretty
Bo
close.
Nix, it's 28 and 23.
Yeah.
But that is funny.
He's like, I'm thinking about coming back for my.
My 8th year.
Yeah. I was like, are they going to let you?
I've got our final one. Speaking of older than you think, Jordan Love. Jordan Love is under contract for next year, and then that would be it. What we got on Jordan Love?
He's going to be there. I think they've already put too much in him.
I don't know if they've put anything into him.
First round pick.
What-
That was
I mean,
3
what-
years
you know,
ago.
Yeah, what did they exactly
That's true.
invest
He's
into
kind of
Jordan Love?
Well, they wasted a first round pick.
They did, but they wasted
Yeah,
a ton
but-
of those. They did nothing but waste first-round picks for a long time.
I would say we'll see next year.
Yeah.
I would
That's
say
fair.
let's find out next year.
Luke Tebbett said at some point we got to get the Jalen Hurts combo started.
Is Jalen Hurts
I-
going to be an Eagle next?
Yeah, I'm pretty positive that he's gonna be for a long, long time.
By the way, is Tab saying
He does suck though.
like the same conversation we have about like a Josh Allen, like
Yeah,
or where
maybe. I mean, that might be what he's saying. Let me call him.
that is the end of the game, though. By the way, those were all of them.
Here, I'll call Tibbs.
Fun game.
Okay.
Oh, what?
No, it was fun.
We're calling Tebs.
I
Does
would-
Tebs
Yeah,
know we're calling him?
Nope, I'm just going
What are we calling him about
his comments. See what he's.
I think he was joking.
Would love to get this conversation started.
Here we go. What's up, buddy?
And no, Tyler, this isn't a Josh Allen type argument. This is we all know how Philadelphia is. They are cutthroat. Wentz won an MVP, gone 2 years later.
True.
It is not out of the realm of possibilities. And let's not act like Jalen Hurts has had this awesome career. First year didn't play. Second year, extremely average. Had a great third year. Not a great fourth year.
To your point, I don't know how much better, just from an individual standpoint, I don't know how much better his career has been to this point than Carson Wentz's was at that point. Like you said, Carson Wentz was an MVP.
And I saw the looks that Ryan was giving, and let's give Jalen Hurts all the stuff that he's got. He's got 2 awesome wide receivers, the best offensive line, and a great running game. All the stuff that they killed Dak for, and if he's not playing good with all these weapons and all these good teammates, let's get the conversation started.
So Carson Wentz was the runner-up, but he was a 2-time first-team All-Pro.
If he did not get hurt, he was running away with it.
He was. I mean, yeah, he's a 2-time first-team All-Pro in the first 4 seasons of his career. I mean,
And then he didn't make it to year 7 in Philly, did he?
No, 1, 2, 3, 4. He only was there for 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. I hate to burst your bubble, Tebs. We got other stuff to talk about, and if we spend more than 2 minutes talking about Jalen Hurts being the quarterback for the Eagles for the next 5 years, that's a really bad conversation because he's going to be. There's not 8 quarterbacks, 9 quarterbacks in the NFL, in the world, that you would take over Jalen Hurts.
In those 5 seasons, 113 touchdowns to only 50 interceptions.
Jeez.
Solid.
He's not going anywhere. So
No, I'm not saying he is.
Let's
but
just accept him.
I just kind of took what he was saying and made the debate. How much better has Jalen Hurts' career been at this point than Carson Wentz's was at that point? That's all I'm doing.
I mean, he's got a good point.
I asked Chad or Corey or somebody to clip this so that in a couple of years
we'll revisit this.
We will revisit because I do not think it's that far out of the realm of possibility.
Okay.
If Jalen Hurts is not the quarterback for the Eagles in 4 years, I'll shave my head.
Oh.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh man, Tebs, good to hear from you, brother.
Love you, buddy. Merry Christmas.
fellas.
Merry Christmas, man.
Where y'all trying to go from here? That's
Come on,
that was
man.
it for the
Come
game.
on, man. Come on, man.
Do you want to look at the Down and Out Fantasy League?
Come on, man. Nah, we already brought it up. Let's talk college football.
College
Alrighty.
football,
Yep.
here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk college football.
It's almost the most wonderful time of the year.
New York 6, baby.
Yeah.
I know what that means
The
this
what?
year. New Year's 6?
Oh, I thought he said Newark, maybe.
I heard him say New York 6.
Did I say New York 6?
That's what I heard.
I don't know what you
Year's
said,
6.
buddy.
Oh, we'll rewind it.
Okay, starting with. Oh, now I'm having a hard time. It's lagging on me. Give me a second.
Uh-oh. We're
no
losing
good.
our internet.
Starting on.
Also, Jalen Hurts signed 5-year, $255 million extension this summer. So, don't think I'll be shaving my head.
Okay,
I didn't either.
The New Year 6. Are y'all ready? Starting at 11 a.m. God, that rules. This game doesn't mean
Is
anything.
that 11 a.m. Eastern or? That's our time?
Boy, don't watch a ton of college football now, does he?
I just want to make sure.
Well, what a weird question to ask.
Every college
Is it
football
7:30
Saturday ever has
or
started.
6:30.
Well, I know that,
What
but
time
it's-
is it at? What time is the game, Tyler? Is it Central? Is it Mountain Time?
Yeah, I need to know.
Is it?
Now, you know college football starts at 11 a.m., though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Big noon.
There you
But
go.
it's not
Wisconsin, LSU. No Jaden Daniels.
Oh.
We'll see.
Dude, I want to say about bowls. Why watch them?
Why?
There
Yeah.
are no starters playing. They're all in the transfer portal. Other than the big two, I don't even know who I'm watching.
If it's your team, I could see some younger
Yeah,
guys
sure,
getting to play.
sure.
But yeah,
But
outside of that,
it's like you're going to talk about Ohio State in a couple games. They don't even have their starting quarterback.
Yeah.
You know,
Is Harvin Marison playing?
Do we want to skip any of the non-playoff games then? Do we want to just do the playoff matchups?
I mean, we can pick them.
Okay.
I'll take.
Why do they not just move the transfer portal date back?
Well, even then, you would still
after bowls.
You would still sit out though if you were going to be in the transfer portal. Probably.
That's a long month. That's a long month to be sitting
like
somewhere that you're not happy.
Except for the rare exception of the guys who I really need one more big game to boost my. Yeah. But other than that,
you're
transferring,
it has created a. It has created a problem.
It's garbage nonsense watching those bowl games, and you have to be a wild degenerate to.
You got to be deep into some stuff.
Anyway, we've got this one's fun. Liberty and in Oregon.
Hey, I'm totally tripping here, but. No, I'm not actually. I'm right. But LSU and Wisconsin is not a New Year's Six Bowl. It happens to be on January 1st, but the ReliaQuest Bowl is not an important bowl.
My bad.
The Outback Potato.
Why is that on here then?
I don't know, but it is on New Year's Day.
I thought that sounded weird, but yeah.
Yeah, no, not an important bowl.
The Colgate 9 out of 10 dentist recommended bowl.
Here you go.
Actually, the New Year's Six starts on December 29th.
December 29th.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so it's not crazy that you would question what time the game was.
Right.
Anyway,
New Year's 6th. It's on December.
Cotton
29th.
Bowl.
Yeah.
Number 9 Missouri versus number 7 Ohio State.
Ohio State is a half-point favorite.
It's like, how do you pick that though? Who's their
Who's
quarterback?
playing?
Who is their quarterback?
Yeah, I don't have no idea.
I think it's me.
I guess I'll take Ohio State. No, actually, no.
Give me Missouri.
No, give me Missouri
Mizzou.
because I'm sure those guys are thinking, man,
we're gonna go out there and play.
What a
We're gonna go
really
beat
awesome
Ohio State.
opportunity.
Yeah,
Okay, give
100%.
me the Tigers.
That's how I feel about all of it. Because when we were
Go
talking about
Tigers.
Liberty, Oregon, I was going to say I bet that ends up being a pretty close game.
Yeah.
I genuinely think that.
Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, number 11 Ole Miss versus number 10 Penn State. That's a good one. What's the spread there, Tyler?
4. Penn State -4.
I'd take Penn State.
Give me.
I'm really glad we don't have to pick these bowls.
I don't know, dude.
Give me Ole Miss.
Ole Miss can score a ton of points. We've seen
Yeah.
them do it. I would also go Ole Miss.
You know they had like a mega transfer portal week. They've gotten
Did they really?
the 5 biggest transfers this year.
Dang.
Really?
I did not know
Lane
that.
Kiffin is cooking. Okay, Monday, January 1st, the VRBO Fiesta Bowl.
Yep.
Number 23, Liberty, who's undefeated. They're not in the playoffs. I feel like we should start a debate on that. At number 8, Oregon, Bo Nixless,
Sue the
Oregon.
committee.
Right? Bo Nix not playing?
Yeah. No.
Yeah. I'm not taking Liberty, but it is really cool that they came from Conference USA.
Yeah.
And, next year with the 12 teams, it'll be fun that there's always a G5 team in the mix. But I will take the Ducks.
Yeah, I like that. That's
What do we
good.
think about Oregon's new quarterback situation?
What is it? Oh, they have
The
Dylan
OU kid,
Gabriel.
Yeah.
the Dylan
Says 12
Gabriel and the guy
12
from
And they got another one.
yeah.
Was it Duke maybe or I
Yeah.
don't?
No,
They got 2 quarterbacks though.
I'm not sure, but
look it up.
I don't. The Dylan Gabriel deal, it's his third FBS school. I'm not for that.
I mean, you could have made the same argument. Bo Nix was kind of, he was
It was a second.
He was, but supposed to
three's
have
a
been
lot.
really good at Auburn.
Dante-
Yeah, I feel like 3's a lot though.
Dante Moore from UCLA.
UCLA.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yep.
I feel like 3's a lot. to be
Yeah,
honest
that's
with
fair.
you.
That's fair. What are we doing?
Changes
Iowa
schools
We've got.
like
I
changing
skipped. I did
socks.
skip one. We've got the, and I skipped it for good reason because apparently this should be a part of the playoffs. But we've got number 6 Georgia versus number 5 Florida State in the Orange Bowl.
What is the spread on that?
It's got to be big.
Do you want to guess?
Give me Georgia minus 12.5.
I'll go 15.5.
14.5.
Wow.
All right.
just
I
split
will
in the
take
middle.
the spread there. Yeah.
I would as well. Probably.
Georgia has been very quiet. Very
Yeah.
just like,
They have.
hey. And I like it. Hey.
You know what they say about real G's?
Yeah, moving
Really?
silent.
I did say that, said that one time.
It's the difference between a team that wants to whine and complain. And here's the deal with Florida State. Like I've said, if you want to prove that you belong there, go beat Georgia. They're not.
Yeah, you want to talk about making somebody feel stupid, it would be to go win that game.
Yeah.
Go beat Georgia by 2 scores.
Yeah.
And
Beat them by 1 point.
yeah, anything.
True.
1.
Beat
Finish
the-
the game.
Beat the spread.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, cover. Cover.
Cover. We'll see. We'll talk about it.
But yeah, dude, it's just Georgia's going to beat the tar out of them and prove why they should not have been,
No question.
and rightfully so, weren't in the college football playoff.
I'm with you there. Okay, so the big 2 semifinal at 5
At
p.m.
4 p.m. That's rough.
4 p.m.
What time is the game?
It's 4 p.m. But
Number
yeah,
4 Alabama versus number 1 Michigan.
Boy, nobody was rooting
Gio,
harder for Florida State than Michigan.
Facts.
I agree.
Facts. I mean, as bad as it sucks for Florida State, it almost sucks even worse for Michigan.
Michigan's like, hey, they're undefeated, guys.
What do you mean
know?
they're not
I think
in?
I would say that of the 4 teams, Michigan got the worst draw.
Oh,
did?
yeah.
They got the
I
worst draw.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I would
agree.
rather play Washington and Texas
At
than
the
I
same
would.
time.
Yeah, and it's not because I think Michigan would beat them. I just think you've got this really hot Alabama team. It went from, and it more so it's because it went from being, oh, we're going to have to play Florida State to, holy crap, we have to play Alabama.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and
So-
Alabama's been getting better and better and better.
And for what it's worth, I think Texas would thump Michigan.
Do you?
I just think their play styles don't mix.
Yeah.
I mean, they
think-
might
I think
get
Texas-
a chance.
Yeah, I don't think they will, but
Texas fans have got to feel real good going into this.
What was that?
That was my phone.
Oh,
that
okay,
fell.
cool.
Somebody just messaged.
I will. My knee jerk reaction when I saw this bracket.
Oh, Michigan by 14. The old Philip Manning.
Manning said
Manning
Michigan.
said Michigan by 14.
Dude,
I'll take
Manning,
those
I'll let you
odds.
know I love you, buddy.
I will take those odds. My first knee jerk reaction when I saw the bracket when I think Bama's going to beat Michigan.
Future down and out guest, by the way.
Really?
We're gonna have Manning on at some point.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
think Bama's gonna
Alabama
beat
beats
Michigan?
Michigan. Yep,
Do you want to guess what the spread is?
It's Michigan minus 2.5.
2.5.
Give me Michigan minus 1.5.
It is 2, y'all. In the middle.
Wow, split it again. I'll take Bama. Money line.
That's tough, dude.
I want to take Michigan.
I mean, I want to believe that they're going to do it, but if they got the false signs like they did against TCU last year,
I know what you're
it's
doing.
really
going
going to throw them off.
I know what you're doing. You're setting up a Bama Texas rematch, is what you're
Well,
doing.
that's because of what's going to happen.
I unfortunately will also take Bama, I guess, which leads us to
Dude.
number 2 Washington, number 3 Texas.
Texas all
That
day.
is at 7:45 p.m. and it is Texas minus 4.5.
It's going to be a great game.
it's gonna be
I
great.
think that it comes down to what Texas can do to Penix. I think if you hold him to a moderate game, to me it's first one to 35 in this one. You get to 35 points, you're probably going to win. With Texas, I'll take Texas defense over Washington's. It all comes down to Penix. You're able to stop him. Washington's not going to be able to do much, and I really think Texas is going to the national championship. I believe that.
Corey?
I think Texas is not only going to the national championship, I think they're winning the national championship this year.
Fair enough.
And I've never felt better about a team in the playoffs than I feel about this Texas
I thought
team.
he was going to say I've never felt better about Texas. I'm like, buddy, you
Nah,
just
it's
started.
it's been a year, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
What do you think, Tyler?
So-
Texas and Washington.
I was told that I was tripping the first time Washington and Oregon played each other, and I said, screw the +7, give me Washington to win. Then they played each other again, and I was told I was tripping when I said, screw the +10, I'll take Washington to win. I don't care about the 4.5. Give me Washington to win. And I mean, they've answered every test that's been thrown at them so far.
That's true. They definitely have done that.
And for that reason, I'm going to go Washington.
And to your point, Washington gets criminally undervalued
Yeah.
by the books.
I don't understand that at all.
Well, the Oregon spread was
It
embarrassingly
was
bad.
it was terrible.
I will throw this. I will throw this out there because we haven't said it. The game is in New Orleans.
Yeah.
That's
That
a pretty
is,
big home field
pretty big
advantage.
home field
quite
advantage.
the haul
It is.
from Washington. So it's going to be like 75-25.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Texas.
maybe even more.
Like
yeah,
it's
probably
gonna be,
more, honestly.
It's
yeah,
going to
probably
be bad.
80-20. Yeah.
It's going to be bad.
I can't believe you're not
hey,
going.
Tebs, I know. Tebs did bring up a really cool stat.
I saw
Texas
that.
would have the opportunity to have beaten all 3 playoff teams. If you beat Washington and then Michigan beat Bama
True.
and then Texas beat Michigan, you would have beaten all 3.
That is very cool.
That would come down. That'd end up being one of the better seasons of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would. And like
And
you said, the Natty is in Houston.
Yep, very cool. Very cool.
I mean, it's written in the stars. It's
Yeah, it
there. The
feels like-
stars are aligning.
It definitely feels that way. That's for sure.
Is there any team in this 4
That
that if they
scares
don't win the national championship, their season was a failure?
Michigan.
Maybe Michigan.
I think it's Michigan. I think
Absolutely.
everyone else, not really.
Alabama really. Even their fans are like, I can't believe we're here.
Even if Michigan
Well,
loses,
Washington.
And Washington to have been the number 2 team, to have gotten to the play. Like, this is huge for Washington.
yeah. If Michigan doesn't even make it to I would say if they don't even make it to the finals, like if they lose in the semifinals again, they lost to TCU last year, who went and got thumped by Georgia it's like, dang, this again? And then it's back to the conversation people used to have about Harbaugh is that he can't win the big game. Used to, he couldn't win the big game against Ohio State. Now it's he can't win the big game in the college football playoff.
I'm saying it's a disappointment if Michigan makes it to the national championship and loses.
Yeah, they have to win.
I mean, at some point,
Yeah.
I mean, they need to win the big game.
What I will say is the case you can make for Washington is like I might not ever be here again, so it might be disappointing from that standpoint. But outside of that,
To be fair, people forget.
Yeah.
This is not the first time they've been in the college football playoff.
really,
I don't think so.
Washington. Really?
I thought they made it. Or am I thinking Michigan State?
I do remember them being like
There's
a top
random.
6
There was a
team,
random
but
team. Maybe I'm wrong.
Anyway, I do feel like they've been close. I don't
That's
know. You might be right.
What do you call that phenomenon?
The Mandela effect.
Mandela.
You're right.
Okay, nice.
All 15 teams to have made the college football playoffs.
Yeah, I think Jake Browning went.
Okay.
Longhorns won, TCU won, Ducks won, Michigan State won, Florida State won, Huskies too.
Yep.
There you go.
Also,
too.
Jake Browning.
Nice.
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would have thought he was older than that, but fair
And
enough.
then I know for a fact that Michigan State made it one year.
yeah,
Yeah.
they did.
I'm trying to see when that was.
So,
They knocked off
was
Oregon in the Pac-12 title to get back to the playoffs for the first time since 2017.
so I have
Oh wait, no, that's this year. Sorry.
you each have Bama versus Texas,
Yes.
Okay.
And I have Texas over Bama.
and I assume Corey does as well.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna do something wild here. Give me Washington beating Bama.
Okay.
No, Bama would beat Washington, wouldn't they?
Oh, they beat the brakes off of Washington.
Yeah,
if you
for
think
funsies.
if you think Bama would beat Washington, surely you think that Texas would beat Washington.
If they played that, okay, I don't know.
It's going to be a fun one.
It will be.
That one is going to be, to me, a better game.
As
or
someone-
I guess a more entertaining game than Michigan and Bama.
As someone who doesn't really care to see either of those two teams ever be good, it's much more entertaining for me when they're not. I am very much rooting for a Bama-Texas rematch. That would be fun. That's the most fun outcome.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
It's the most fun
That'd be fun.
potential outcome.
I will say I am rooting for Washington if they do beat Texas. I'd much rather them win, of course,
Yeah,
over
100%.
Bama. Of course, over Bama, but
Over
I would
Michigan as
hate.
well.
I would hate for it to come out that this Michigan cheating stuff is legit and it's like a world-altering type Houston
Yeah, fair
Astros
enough.
level deal.
Yeah.
And they won it. That'd make me sick. So I'd be rooting for Washington.
I guess I'm picking Washington to win the
Oh,
college
I'm good with
football
that.
playoff.
I'm good with that.
That'd be fun.
It would be fun.
What else we got tonight, guys?
Man, I don't know. We said
It
we were going to
was-
rank pizza. We said we were
Yeah.
going to say
Oh,
our
yeah.
favorite Christmas tradition.
It was 2017 that Washington made it as a 4 seed.
Nice.
They lost to Alabama 24-7 that year.
What
Nice.
is y'all's favorite chain pizza? In the comments, what's
Dude.
the best chain pizza?
Let me throw one out there. I love me some Domino's. Love me some Pizza Inn. Pizza Hut's all right, but Papa John's is Papa John's is big time.
I was also going to say, if you can get past the racism, the Papa John's is. I've only had it once. I was in Atlanta watching the LSU OU playoff game, but had Papa John's, and it was very, very good.
I've never had Papa John's. Domino's is my favorite.
The Papa John's crust is
Yes.
it's like that.
The-
We had one in Huntsville, and I ordered plenty.
Corey, what you got?
Domino's.
He said Domino's.
Domino's
Oh, yeah.
is my absolute favorite.
Domino's, obviously.
I do like a Domino. Domino's is a classic. I will say I like to shuffle mine. I'll
Really?
stay with one for a little while, push to the side, and go to another one. But yeah, Domino's doesn't miss.
High key, I feel like criminally underrated Little Caesars. I feel like criminally underrated.
Yeah, we went there.
Little
wait.
Caesars is good until you got somebody in your ear telling you it's nasty.
Ooh.
What do you mean?
Like
Like it's good, but,
It's good.
but the only reason people
Oh,
don't
yeah,
think it's
well,
good
yeah,
is
good
because people
point,
are like,
yeah.
"Ew, it's Little Caesars." No, it's pizza
for
I like-
$5?
I like Hunt Brothers Pizza from gas stations.
Oh,
Hunt Brothers Pizza is
yes.
Corey. Every
give
gas
me a
station,
hunk of pizza.
literally
Yeah.
every gas station we drive by, I will say, Corey,
like, oh, it's a
Hunt
Hunt
Brothers
Brothers.
Pizza. I love Hunt Brothers Pizza.
They're validated. You're like, oh,
I
that's
went.
good.
I've only seen one place like this, but because like you said, it's a hunk. It comes in a little box. I found one that will make a full size pizza, and we used to get it all the time.
That's cool. Wow.
It was in Alba, and yeah, love Hunt Brothers.
Fun.
It's so good.
Love Hunt Brothers.
My dad will tear up some Hunt's Brothers pizza.
Corey, Christmas tradition. You got kiddos. What's something fun y'all do?
We're starting a new one this year. It's kind of, we've talked about it, like doing it, but wait till the kids are, old enough.
Instead of Elf on the Shelf, it's Corey on a Dory.
No. We don't do Elf on the Shelf. I'm too lazy. But no, this year we're taking Christmas Eve. We're gonna go drive around, look at lights, dress in
Okay.
our PJs,
Okay.
watch some Christmas movies, eat some junk food, put the kids to bed, and I'm actually gonna take my rain boots. Since we have
Do a little.
since we have a legit fireplace now. I'm gonna leave footprints in
Very
the
nice.
in the ash.
Like
and
flour. You use flour on that?
Well, there's ash in
Ash,
there right
got
now,
it.
so I'll
Cool.
actually
Cool.
leave
Very nice. Very
Ryan,
nice.
what you got?
a little bit of Maker's Mark out for Santa, and move on. No, I'm joking.
No, I this isn't really a tradition. It's probably one of my
Coriander
favorite
Dory.
Christmas. I thought it was funny.
It was
Thank
good.
you, Ted.
It was good.
My favorite Christmas memory, I would say, one year on Christmas Eve or maybe a couple days before, me and my dad used to throw a football over our house, and we'd catch it and not know where we were.
Yeah.
Well, threw it, got stuck on the chimney, and I was like, man, crap, there goes my ball. We can't get it. Well, Christmas morning one year, Santa had left a note saying,
Nice.
"Hey, I got your ball down." And
Oh, that's
so
cool.
That's
That's
always
super
a
dope.
nice. That's
That's
a
a
fun
cool
memory.
one.
Yeah, it's a good memory.
Super dope.
Yeah.
I'll go kind of in the same general realm as
Okay.
Ryan, just kind of a sentimental thing. But for anyone that doesn't know, my dad's a farmer. So every year on Christmas morning, we'd have to wake up early so we
Right.
could do gifts and stuff. And then I would go help
do
him
your Yep.
on the farm so he could get around and go to other family stuff. So just
Very
spend
nice.
that time
Get
with
your
my
farm
dad.
stuff done.
Very
Get
nice.
some farming done. Yeah.
Santa was at like 4:00. Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Santa
like,
just
Yeah,
left.
he was just here. You missed it.
oh, we just missed it.
missed it.
Oh, dude, man.
But yeah, that's probably what I would go with.
Did Santa leave he left the presents unwrapped, right?
Mine were
Yeah,
unwrapped
I
like
think the Santa presents are unwrapped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Santa, yeah.
Santa's
letting
real.
y'all know, Santa. That's
Yeah,
what he does.
Santa
yeah.
That is what he does.
Yeah.
Santa's real.
Yeah.
Alex is watching, so yeah, we gotta.
Santa is real. That's like, oh my God, I watch it every single time I see it. But on the Pat McAfee show, how old are you? How old are you, Owen?
Oh yeah.
8.5. Oh,
you
they're
You
like-
gotta say the half.
You're not,
like,
you don't know
if you're
to watch
using
the
the if you're using the half, you're not old enough to. He's like he goes, man. I just want to say thank you. You guys are
Guys are
so
so
inspiring,
inspirational,
and
yeah.
just what you guys do to talk about sports. I love it. And they're like, oh my God. He goes, but one more thing, F Boston, They're like,
Connor.
"Oh."
Yeah. Oh
That's
my
good.
gosh.
I had two final things I wanted to do with y'all.
Okay.
One of them's an NBA rant, so I can either get that out of the way now. It's not long, but it is a fun exercise that I did the other day, and I think it's kind of alarming. But the other one I was going to ask, since this is, I think, our final episode of
the year. Probably,
2023,
probably won't
I
have
wanted
it
to
next
ask-
week.
Possibly. Yeah.
favorite down and out moments and just all that stuff from the first year of the show. But can I go on my?
Yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely.
Cool. So this happens with literally every dynasty in the history of dynasties. You can go back and look at the Celtics, the Showtime Lakers, even the Chicago Bulls. But dynasties, unfortunately, do come to an end, and usually they hit a very hard brick wall. But do we get an update?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shadow Claw is posting some stories that apparently are.
Go on your.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
And we are seeing in front of our eyes a very, very, very hard fall off for the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
It is rough out here. And my first point is how different I think this team would be if they just still had Jordan Poole. I know you look at Jordan Poole, he's a mess out in Washington, but that's a very different situation than what he was in Golden State. He was 19.5 points per game on kind of efficient, just someone that can chunk up shots when the other guys aren't scoring.
Yeah.
I think that'd make a big difference on this team. But where they really, really, really messed up was drafting. And I know you can do this with any team. So what I did was I looked at every pick they've made since 2018, and I just looked at guys that went in the next 5 to 10 picks. Anything later than that, it's like we all pass on that guy. But if someone went in the next 5 to 10 picks, to me it's feasible. You could have or should
Could've
have
drafted
drafted
him,
that
yeah.
guy. Going back to 2018, they took, I don't know, do y'all know who Jacob Evans is? They took Jacob Evans when they could have had Jalen Brunson or Mitchell Robinson. Obviously, Jalen Brunson being a point guard, you can make the argument they wouldn't do that, but why not for a six-man, for a backup ball
Yeah.
handler? I think he would obviously make a huge difference.
Yeah.
In 2020, they have that huge pick where they have James Wiseman. They could have taken either LaMelo Ball or Tyrese Halliburton, who is a superstar. And I think he would have been perfect for this team. He would have started his career as the backup, became the sixth man. And before you know it, he is the star of this team while Steph's getting to play off ball. And Klay Thompson's probably still a consistent shooter playing next to those two guys.
Yeah. Not having to do much either.
Yeah, and again, LaMelo Ball would also be fun. In 2021, they took Moses Moody when they could have had Singin, or I don't remember who the other one was. He has been a beast in Houston. And then last year, they took Patrick Baldwin when they could have taken Andrew Nembhard from the Pacers. You add just those two guys, not only is it a way better team right now, but the future looks much brighter. And I feel like the person whose job I envy the least in all of sports is Mike Dunleavy, who just got this GM job, and now you're forced with a decision. Do I become the most hated man in the history of the franchise by breaking up this dynasty,
Yeah.
or do I sit here and watch us suck with no future assets?
Yeah, and eventually it does have to, like, you do have to dissolve it and, like, hey, we got to get some value out of this while we can, you know?
Which, to the point we're always making on this show, they had one of the greatest runs ever. They won 4 out of 8. Any fan base would in the history of ever would take that, but it sucks to where you're at now.
All good things come to an end, baby. All good things come to an end.
Anyway, that's my basketball rant. I'm done.
I liked it.
Thank you. I appreciate
Liked
that.
it.
I like doing exercises like that, but
I don't like exercise at all.
let's go on.
Okay, let me check out these.
Okay, yeah. Fill us in on what we're missing before
Let
we
me
get out of
look.
here. Final episode of 2023. Thank y'all so, dude, for real. While he's doing that, just a sentimental moment. Y'all have no idea how much fun this first year of doing this show has been. Not only doing it with you guys, but all of y'all that tune in every single week and get on to us when we're not here and keep the chat going. Like, genuinely, this has been so much fun. So thank y'all so much for being here for the first year of Down and Out, and hopefully many more years to come.
Okay, he said, new stories pulling back the onion layers.
Okay.
And it is the picture of
The Who Do You Think You Are? I Am.
yes, and he says, why? Let me find it. Sorry. Why this hint? Why this picture? Then he said, why this artist?
So you need to look at the people that have been photoshopped into the background. Am I bugging, or is Chief Keef in this picture? Like, I'm being dead serious. I feel like
Are
Chief
people
Keef is in this
photoshopped?
picture. I think so.
Bro,
Tell me the guy in the red does not look like Chief Keef.
he kind of does. I imagine
Ray
he's
Price.
There's music behind this.
Yeah.
Ray Price.
Nightlife.
when the evening sun goes down.
So it's something to do with him at night. They said we're way too far away, is what he just said.
Wow. I'm about to airdrop it to the Mac and reverse Google image search it.
Oh,
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
That's cool.
we're
That's
getting
how
we're getting our sleuths on. I
That's
like
how that's how
He said
Catfish was.
he said think basic.
Oh, we're not
it.
good
Think
at that.
basic.
Where's
So,
Chloe when you need her?
I know. I mean, this is a bowling tournament,
Yeah.
I would think. I don't see a bowling ball, but he's winning an award.
Eagle?
Oh, he said warmer bowling,
Does he own the bowling
winning an
alley here?
award.
What if it's like, I'm thinking bowl games, like not bowling, but bowling. You get it? I don't know. But again,
Well,
he
said warmer for
he said
bowling
simple.
and winning a trophy.
That's what I'm saying. You would
Yeah.
get a trophy for winning a bowl game.
That's true.
I don't know.
Interesting.
But I'm trying to think how that relates to me.
There's an eagle. Was he maybe at
You won
your,
a national championship.
Maybe
That's true.
He was
That's true,
at your
but-
national championship game.
You
That's
very
true.
well
maybe.
may have been.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Big
Corey?
Mo? Big Mo, where we
Something
at?
with the nightlife, though. He
Yeah,
said
it's
the song.
Okay. What was the name of that song? Do we know?
Nightlife by Ray Price.
Okay.
Where's Mo? Let me see.
Review the background.
Review their backgrounds.
Tyler did say it looked a little Photoshoppy.
Or
There
is
is
he
a
talking
commonality.
Or is he talking about Ray Price's background?
No. I think he's talking about the background.
Okay.
That there's a commonality.
Commonality. In the background of the picture or the background of the...
Oh, sorry. I was like, what's happening here? Oh, he posted this too? This was 44 minutes ago, though. He posted, Father, stretch my hands. Pizza for the boys, great year, and appreciate the hospitality. Had to return.
I think that's just the picture with the pizza.
Okay. I didn't know if he was saying
No, we
compare
got
those
to
two.
focus on this eagle one.
Okay.
The artist,
the artist
and the bowler.
bowler. Okay, backgrounds of the artist and the bowler. Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
Corey,
Photos,
did you-
not
Photoshop.
Photoshop.
Okay,
Did-
all right.
Did you show the...
Who is the bowler?
It's
Did you show the camera?
Oh.
That way
No, I
the
didn't.
people can actually see what's going on.
Norm Duke is the bowler.
Norm Duke.
This is the picture.
I don't know,
Norm
man.
Duke
Only bowler.
I don't
only
know.
bowler I know anything about is
Norm
whoever you think
Duke.
you are. I am.
and Ray
Is that not him?
Price. I think it
No,
is.
that's
Oh,
no,
okay.
it's not.
It was the 2006 PBA Ace Hardware Championship Finals.
He's from Mount Pleasant, Texas. This guy. So he's from Mount Pleasant.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
And the first time we
Oh,
were all
yes.
around was at the Mount Pleasant game.
Yeah, right.
Norm
So,
Duke is from Mount Pleasant.
and that's what the Lake Cypress or the Bob Sandlin and the
Yeah.
I-30. So it's a Mount Pleasant deal.
Okay. This is fun. We're
is
getting
fun.
somewhere.
what the heck?
Ray Price is also from
Mount Pleasant?
Mount Pleasant.
Okay.
Wow.
So there's the connection there.
Maybe we need to go to a bowling alley in Mount Pleasant at night.
I think it's not bowling alley. I think it was who the picture was.
I just think he's a bowler.
Let's just go start hanging out in Mount Pleasant. We'll figure it out.
I guess so. I don't. Nothing's ringing a bell at this very second.
Any final thoughts before we get out of here, gang?
I think we're good. It's been a fun year. Enjoyed it.
Very fun
Great
year.
football. Enjoy your weekends. Hug your family. Hug your friends. Hope you get a great present.
And then we'll be
Yeah, I
back
hope I get a good
the
present,
first week of January, I guess, or when are we coming back?
Yeah. I think
Sometime
that sounds
there.
good.
Yeah.
Thanks for the pizza.
Yep.
you so much
Thank
for
you
the
for the
pizza.
pizza.
Mel
That was a lot of fun.
He
Again,
said, boom,
There you go.
explosion. He is from Mount Pleasant.
There you
From
go.
Mount Pleasant. Okay.
Peeling the layers back.
We're
one
getting
by
there.
one, baby.
We're getting there. I think it's going to be 2025 before we
It might
figure
be.
it out.
It might
At this
be.
rate,
Not
yeah.
24, 25. But
Give me a minute. But yeah, I already gave my sentimental speech, so I won't bore y'all with it again. But for real, thank y'all so much. We had an incredible 2023. Can't wait for 2024. On behalf of everyone here, Ryan Humphreys, Corey Hankins, I'm Tyler Lennon. Y'all have a Merry Christmas. Love y'all.